New York Critic Guy here. Just checked out Eat, Pray, Love, starring Julia Roberts. And before I get started, we need to take a slight pause for my viewers to whom this subject matter may be deemed inappropriate. Okay, back to business. I know what you want to know. Did this chick flick suck or did it not suck? Well, I'm here to tell you. It was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. It was just really kind of boring and way too long. Now, bear in mind, the Critic Guy is a big fan of the 2.5-hour movie. Just not this one. It started out well enough. Liz, the complicated but broken star of the movie, played by Roberts, is feeling empty. Empty in love, empty in a career, just plain empty. She takes up Hinduism, pretty much just because her really handsome but completely boring boyfriend is into it. But she really can't commit to that or anything in her life. So after a slight mental breakdown, she decides to embark on a one-year sabbatical, leaving the comforts of New York City and travels abroad, visiting Italy, where she eats. Boy, does she eat. And studies Italian. Then it's off to a Hindu hotel in India where she prays and meets up with our first interesting character in the movie, Richard from Texas, played by Richard Jenkins. Richard is broken himself and takes Liz under his wing, teaching her the ins and outs of Hinduism. Then it's off to Bali to love. Well, not intentionally, of course. It's in Bali that she meets the charming Felipe, played by Javier Bardem, who will look familiar to you, and it's because he played that super psycho in No Country for Old Men, only he had that really freaky hair back then. He did a great job acting in this movie. Anyway, people, the acting is not the issue here. The actors do a very professional job. The problem is way too much footage in New York setting up the journey. Even more in Italy, where we don't miss a meal of Liz's. And even more in India with all that freaking meditating. I wanted to kill myself here. And then the appropriate amount in Bali, where they cultivate the love story between Liz and Felipe. The end is very predictable, which is fine. Most of these types of films have very predictable finishes. Again, the issue here is length. About 40 minutes too much. Overall, a 5 out of 10 on the Critic Guy scale. Right down the middle. That's it for this one, and remember who gives it to you straight. Remember, people, if I don't like it, you won't either.